Right now, I am in, I don't even know where I am. I think I'm in Columbia, Indiana. I know what you're thinking, Bill. What the fuck are you doing there? That wasn't on the tour. That wasn't on your Southern tour. You know? Southern tour, you know, Savannah, Georgia, Knoxville, Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Shreveport, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, Huntsville, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, spent a night in Chattanooga, Tennessee, up to Lexington, Kentucky, over to Evansville, Indiana. There was nothing on there that said that you were going to Columbus, Indiana. Well, I mean, I ended up here because yesterday I went to the Kentucky Derby. Me, Paul Verzi, Jason Lawhead, and his dad, the Hall of Fame basketball coach, Jim Lawhead. We all went to the game. We went to the Derby, man. What a fucking great time. I highly suggest going there. Dressing like a jackass, like everybody does. Big stupid hats, bow ties. The women there, good Lord. There's some fucking fillies over there. Beautiful women. Beautiful women. I'll tell you, the fucking women, the fucking ladies, dude, they were crushing it right up until the early 50s. I'm telling you. That was some fucking decades of fucking Derby winners walking around the fucking the grandstand area. We had great seats, and right at a little bit past the finish line, we just had the best time. You know what was fucked up was they sold. I don't even know how to get into this, man. They were selling like standing room only seats. All right, so we paid through the fucking nose to sit in a box, right? Like we donated to a presidential campaign. We were sitting right at the goddamn finish line, a little past it. Whatever. Don't break my balls. Come on. You can see the horses. Where we were at, you could actually see them. Started the race, ran right by us. Then they went around the first turn, and then they kind of disappeared behind some of these corporate tents in this sea of fucking sunburned humanity that was just standing on the inside grass, which I don't know why you would do that. You know what I mean? I mean, why wouldn't you stay at home and just watch it on TV and not sit there like a bunch of fucking refugees in a tent city that had no tent for you? You know, you might as well have watched a police horse gallop by after a crackhead underneath a fucking overpass, as far as I'm concerned. All right? Infield seats are for fucking animals. All right? Unless you're young, you don't have any fucking money. All right? You have a television. It's on TV for fucking free. Why are you going to stand there? Although I would do it. I'd do it at a NASCAR race. I'd do that in a second. I'd be on the infield because, you know, first of all, what I like about being on the infield is the fucking inertia when those fucking cars wipe out usually takes them to the outside wall. And I know sometimes they bang off the outside wall and then they go to the inside, but at least they hit the wall and they're starting to slow down. You know what I mean? And, you know, every once in a while a tire flies off and somebody loses a head or two. But that's the price you pay for getting to sit on your fucking cooler in the middle of the goddamn track. I actually had one of the best times I ever had. I went to the Indy 500 in like 1995 when most of you were like 8 years old. And we sat on the inside of one of the turns, brought in this giant fucking cooler, and me and my two buddies just got obliterated. You know, watching the fucking cars go by. It's hilarious. You don't see anything. You just sit on the inside of the turn and you just hear. My voice is fucked up. That's all you would hear. You just see them go by, right? And every once in a while, somebody would hit the wall in front of you like, oh my God, I'm going to see an accident. But you forgot they're going like 200-something miles an hour. So they hit the wall in front of you and then just go, they just go flying down the fucking track. So you don't really see it. You see them hit the wall and then they continue like another quarter mile in about 2 seconds. But it is amazing. But anyway, so we got there, and they were selling standing room tickets. I get it. People want to stand up, you know, get in there to watch the fucking thing. So there's the level we're sitting, and then there's this giant, like, you know, walkway, and then there's the next section. All right. And so basically the people should have stood in that middle section where you're walking to either make a left to go to the higher seats or make a right to go down where we were at. And where we were at, there were two sections. And there was like in a little skinny hallway. So these fucking assholes were walking down and they were standing up there. Right? And, all they had was these volunteer teenage kids, sitting there chewing gum, not stopping them. So it got to the point after a couple of races and who's kidding who, a couple of fucking mint juleps, that people start going, what the fuck? But everybody's there is polite. You know what I mean? Still Kentucky. How y'all doing? I fucking hate your guts, but I'm going to smile in your face. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, I'll stick some sort of farming tool in the back of your goddamn neck. But right now I'm going to, how y'all doing? Oh, that's great. Where you from? Where y'all from? No, I didn't get that experience in Kentucky. They were cool as shit, but whatever. So finally, we end up saying something. Lawhead's dad fucking taps this guy in the shoulder. And he's like, excuse me, sir. We paid to sit here. You guys are standing up here. I don't know what happened. All I know is it started getting heated. And I saw where Jay got his fire from. So now, Lawhead and Verzi aren't there. So I got to step in. Granted, this is the funny thing. I got to step in dressed like fucking Colonel Sanders. Right? Or at the very least that I play banjo in a Dixieland band. I got on a fucking bow tie with the goddamn, my dad owned a plantation hat, and I come in, I didn't even come in. I never even got out of my seat. I just started jawing at this guy. I yelled, I go, buddy, I paid to sit in this seat, and I'm staring at the back of your head. So he looks over at me, he goes, what'd you say? I said I paid to sit in this seat, and I'm staring at the back of your head. And he goes, oh, yeah? How do you like the view? I go, I don't like it. That's why we're having this conversation, right? And very quickly I realized that he wasn't going to throw a punch. He didn't throw a punch to the dirt, and I'm not going to throw a punch, right? I haven't thrown a fucking punch since like a street hockey game in like fucking 7th grade, right? So we're jawing back and forth, right? And his fucking, his broad saying something. I don't listen to her. I can't hear that voice. It's too fucking high up in the stratosphere. Hey, shut up, lady. So I said, hey. And he goes, what are you getting involved for? Because you're yelling at a 77-year-old. I said 80-year-old man. I rounded up. Go, you're yelling at an 80-year-old man. He goes, oh, I wasn't yelling at an 80-year-old man. I go, really? That wasn't you? That looked like you 2 seconds ago doing that. Whatever. And then the fucking woman, he was, that 80-year-old man verbally attacked him. Every fucking douche. Verbally attacked him. He's fucking 80. What's he going to do? You know what I mean? Although you got to watch out for an 80-year-old, At the very least, maybe he fought in Korea. He, hand-to-hand combat. You don't know what flashback could come back. Next thing you know, right? He's using his fucking racing form as a bayonet. You could have some problems. So, of course, me, everybody's dressed all dapper and everything. Then I feel like a fucking asshole afterwards. Everything's settled down, and this guy who wasn't involved in the fight but was also standing up with his fucking girlfriend, and he had his hand not on her ass, like under it, and she kept moving it. Like, can you stop, like, tapping the back of my pussy with the middle of your finger, please? He actually looks over at me and he goes, hey, Bill, big fan. I feel like such an asshole. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not just this fucking asshole anymore yelling at a game. They're like, oh yeah, Bill Burr was a fucking asshole. It's fucking hilarious. So then I felt all self-conscious, like, is that going to end up on YouTube? And not that I gave a shit about what I said. It was that I was dressed like a fucking, like I had a chicken franchise. That's the thing I was worried about. So anyways, so that happens. But so basically we kind of did that, and we kind of scared a lot of people away.